Good morning. Good morning. Let's see what we got. Okay, all of that is good to go. All right. So, starting off the morning, uh, Pali, P-A-L-I, is one of our biggest movers, up 40 something percent. We can flip over here. Actually, I'll wait to go to the news. Let's actually look over here on the scans. So we got Pally, TGTX, which is up 30%. Then everything else is pretty much under, and we haven't really seen any catalysts from these, or any of these are not low floats. So looking for low floats today, looking. Not really seeing any on the winning or the losing side, big winning or big losing side yet. But we definitely know that these two are the most obvious up here. Poly, we have definitely seen in the past. Let's actually jump over to the higher time frame on it because I know it's had some hot days back here. So yesterday closed at 603, and you can see this was one of the previous rips that it did from what, $9 all the way up to $22 on Poly. So it does have a little bit of reputation of going up like that. We'll look at what the catalyst is here in a second. But yeah, Poly just taking all of the attention right now. But the other thing that I noticed is, yes, it's taking all the attention, but it's only got 2 million shares, so it's got a lot of heat to come into this one. A lot of people that have traded it before will probably be looking to trade it again. Good morning, Lori Lee. Yes, the beginning of May. The beginning of May is here. New month, just ay 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 ay. You know, it's time to get it. This is the month that all of the um news that we read like 2 months ago or something about the T1 changeover is going to be happening this month on the 28th. So we're finally into that month. Um but yeah, let's jump into some news. Let's jump into some of these movers. And also let me go ahead and review my trade from yesterday. Good morning, Donnell. Actually, I'll wait on the trade. Let's look at Pally first, since it is the number one mover on the day. Where's my here? Pali. Palisade. That's what it was. Palisade. Press releases. So it looks like 34 minutes ago it had a little bit of a press release. Click in on that. Palisade Bio's lead product candidate, Pali 2108, demonstrates potent anti-inflammatory effects in ex vivo study of whole blood samples challenged with pro-inflammatory lipopolysaccharide. All right, so that looks like something kind of worked for them. Um, Showing some type of effects on that. A biopharmaceutical company focused on, okay, let's skip all that. Successful completion. What is this effecting though? What anti-inflammatory robust anti-inflammatory potential? Okay, inflammatory bowel disease. We know a lot of people. Actually, let me just go look at the rarity of that because it changes all the time. But yeah, this is pretty much just the study results, not really any kind of monetary investors coming in trying to buy it or anything like that. Let's actually go and look at the rarity of this thing. Inflammatory bowel disease rarity. Inflammatory bowel disease can affect people in any ethnic or racial group, but statistically, people of Jewish ancestry have a greater risk of developing inflammatory bowel disease. Environmental factors may contribute. IBD is rare in the southern hemisphere. Okay, I want to see the numbers though, really. Okay. It encompasses a group of chronic inflammatory conditions that primarily affect the gastrointestinal tract. While okay, we don't want to know about Crohn's disease. Let's see. So there's different types, and it looks like what they're working on is a little bit more broad. It just says, anti-inflammatory, and then where was that I copied? Um, so it's just saying underscores its potential as a next generation therapeutic option for patients with anti or inflammatory bowel disease, but they're not telling a type or anything like this. This is kind of like an umbrella term, inflammatory bowel disease. So we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens there. Let's go and check the float on Poly. Palisade Bio. Let's go to statistics. Closed at 6:03 yesterday, opened at 8:36 with a float of under 1 million in the float. So this one may be one, since it doesn't have a crazy callus, it may give that some nice trades within the first 15 minutes. So we'll see what happens there. See how wild it gets. It is above $5. It can definitely probably do a little bit of range. It does have an ATR of 102. The relative volume, though, I don't have a calculation for it, or the relative standard deviation, so I don't know how abnormal it is. This may be just normal for it to be trading like this, but we'll see once the open comes. Insiders holding not a lot. Institutions holding a little bit more. So we'll see. It's doesn't look like it's got a whole lot of insiders, or a lot of the ones that we do trade do have heavy insiders. It'll be like 20-30% or something like that, 40%, pretty high insider holding, which incentivizes those insiders to sell when prices gap up and go on. I mean, if you're in at $1 and now it's at $11, you're probably gonna take a little bit of profit, unless you're just in it for the long term for real. Let's go to the profile. Palisade Bio Inc., a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. Oh, we already seen this. Okay, where is it based out of? Based in Carlsbad, California. Okay, so a U.S. based company. Let's go back out here. So we can see it shot up through the roof from 602 up here to 987, and now it's kind of just trading sideways in this little range. It doesn't seem to be making new highs though. Looks like it's making new lows. So this next low, the low of this candle is the 823. So we'll see what happens if it starts to break down that 825-ish level. Still up 37%. And the next one is TGTX. This one looks like it's got a higher float. And yeah, this pre-market looks a little bit daunting, to say the least. Let's go look at this. Let's go look at this TGTX. Now, again, this has been a little bit of earnings season as well. A lot of last month was earnings. So we'll see if small caps kind of start to come back into play now that we're away from a little bit away from tax season and things like that. April 15th was taxes. So TG Therapeutics provides business update and reports for first quarter 2024 financial results. So this is a little bit of an earnings play. TG Therapeutics to host conference call. Okay, so all of that is about the same thing. Multiple sclerosis was this news back on April 18th. Just additional data, nothing big on that. And yeah, so that's about it. Let's go look at its float, TGTX. It's based out of Morrisville, North Carolina. Has been trading since 1993. All right, so float is looking like 134.89 million on TGTX. It's probably why it doesn't have a whole lot of love over there. A lot of volume pouring in. Does have that little bit of higher float. So I think out of the open, we'll just be watching Poly. But anyway, let's go over my trade from yesterday. My trade from yesterday. Boy, boy, boy. So I actually traded MULN here, and I things went awry. Let's say that they went awry. Um, First day, day one, I was looking for the setup for the ATR break and hold. It never did do it during my time period, so I really didn't mess with it. But it had quite a bit of a run up. Well, actually, no, not just it didn't do it. It wasn't in. So this level right here is a $5 level. I was looking for it to break over. It actually broke over it into aftermarket and came up here to play during the beginning of the day. Now, this is where I actually ended up taking my trade. Looking at aftermarket though, and on this day, this was Thursday. Or wait, what's today? This was Tuesday, Monday. So Monday, this was this trading day. And so it came up here above 5, so I liked it. I was like, "Yo, this is dope." And then I saw it form this head and shoulders pattern in in aftermarket coming to pre-market. And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." So they're trying to show that there is bearish intent here, right? So I was like, "Okay, I want to see them trap shorts here." That's pretty much what I was looking for after this pattern. This is a head and shoulder right here, head right here, shoulder right here. I was like, "Okay, I want to see them trap shorts." And on this day, I waited the first 30 minutes like I always do. First 15 minutes, shorts in there. Bam. All the way down. Now, this there was a previous little bit of consolidation back here in the aftermarket, and I saw this and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's dope." I wonder how is that going to play into today's trading. So, came out here, shorts came in, popped it down. And then I got really interested down here around this ATR daily low. This ATR daily low, it tested it once on the first drop to $6. And I was like, okay, whole dollar level. It looks pretty good, right? And then, but I was like, I don't have any confirmation on this. So I saw the next candle come in, pop down to this consolidation kind of zone here through the wick, pop back up over 6. I was like, okay, something's happening here at 6, right? And then the next candle formed what looks like almost an even bottom here at right around what 595 ish, and continued to pop back over 6. And I was like, okay, this thing is trapping something. And so I was actually putting it into the Discord. I didn't even open my Discord today. Um, Donnell said weed sector had good after hours continuation today or yesterday as well. But yeah, we'll see. I'm looking at maybe they're just not on the charts yet. Maybe it's some lower price ones. If they're lower priced, we can still look at those. But yeah, saw this thing come down, and as soon I was talking in the Discord with Donnell, I said it pretty much as soon as I said, "Man, that $6 looks good," it just started ripping, and I caught FOMO. I caught FOMO hard. So it starts ripping, rips all the way up here to 7 yeah, 720-ish level here. And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And it actually went into a halt up here. And I was like, golly, I saw it down here. I saw the pattern that I liked. Let me zoom in so y'all can actually see this candlestick pattern here. right here. This right here. So this is a spinning top. So first shorts get trapped into a spinning top and then a higher doji candle. I was like, oh my goodness, this is bullish. And plus, I had a pretty good risk level here of the $6. And as soon as I put that in the Discord, it shot up, and I was like, no. I was looking to take 1,000 shares, and I had FOMO. I had 1,000 shares already on the already in the trigger to be pulled, and it shot up here, went into a halt. And as soon as it came out of the halt, I bought again, and I was like, oh, well, first of all, I broke my rules because I didn't enter where the pattern was, right? I entered up here after the excitement. Second off, this was a continuation move. So I shouldn't have been looking for, swinging at the fences, right? So this was a continuation move. And I was like, man, if this thing just continues over 720, whatever, I had 1,000 shares in at 708. And it did give me a little bit of profit area here, but it just couldn't hold up. It just could not hold up the 708s. And crazy me, I just, once I broke that first rule of FOMO and I got in after that halt, it was just a cascade, basically. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm in this thing, might as well hold it. I shouldn't have did that. I had time to put in a hard stop, did not do that. And I was like, man, I don't know. And then I just started feeling the burn, especially after it pumped back up and made this. I was still in it for this little bit up here because I was looking for it to break 750. And it just didn't do it. I mean, I had it, from 708 all the way up here to 743. That's a nice 30 something cent win on 1,000 shares. But I was like, I think it's gonna break. It did not. And then when it came back down, I just was like, man, how did I let this happen? And it came back down all the way under my if I had a break even in there and I had been trailing it, I definitely would have been okay. But let's jump over to my trade journal here for this trade. It was tragic. Where's my trade here? Go over to dashboard. So this was the trade on MULN. Lost. Nice little red day. $805. Just breaking rules back to back to back. And so I was like, okay. Um, on this one, I just had one single buy, FOMO buy, way too high at 708. The where I was looking to buy was $6, which was $1 away from where I was trying to get in, right? So one buy, one sell. The target price was $8. Looking for that rip through 750 up to 8 would have been a nice $900 there, but didn't happen. Oh well. One of the things that I was looking at, this was a setup that I've been seeing work over and over again. The continuation on a continuation day, looking for that ATR low and getting a bounce off of that ATR low test and recovery. Um, the other things, the mistakes that I made, I did not, even though I FOMO'd into this trade, I still was in the green. So when I hit the button from 708, I was immediately at 720. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty good sign. I'm going to just hold it and giving it time. But I should have just went ahead and threw that stop in at break even instead of, being like, oh, okay. And then the other thing was swinging for the fences, looking for more profit and not just trailing up that stop. Now, on the charts here, this is where I saw it for my entry, right around the 6, and then it exploded. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I ended up getting in here, right up here at 708, and it just went up just a little bit more. I say a little bit more, but that's quite a bit of a move from 708 to 745. And I just did not want to sell, got stubborn, and it just burned me. And I was like, okay, this burn is a little bit too bad. And I went ahead and jumped out of it. I was like, yeah, it's over with. It's done. As for the note taking, this was the running P&L on the specific ticker, and this is Trader Sync. This is the trader trade journal that I use. It did give me profit. When I first entered, went up $94, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold it. went up $64, came back down. Then it finally kind of got its wings under it with $314. Should have took that profit. Came back down into the negatives, like around $200. Now my max loss is usually $500 on a day, right? Or on a trade, I should say. On this one, like I said, if I had the hard stop in there, it would have saved me all of this money. But I held through this little pain here, which was still dumb. And it ramped back up, gave me the $100 back. I was like, okay, here it goes. Got all the way back up to $360 in profit. And I was like, okay, we're about to get our breakout. And this is the visual representation of the feeling that I was having of confidence. It was like, okay, here we go. Here we and it just went down, 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 down. And so I was like, yeah. And then not only that, I was stupid multiple times. It gave me profit here, 300. Gave me profit here, 364. Gave me a chance to get out with $114 profit, and I took none of this. This was just, I guess, pride, I guess, or I don't know, pride, or that was cascading in a broken equation, right? If I had followed my rules, I would have been out on this first one. I probably would have took would have got stopped on this one, but it would have been $180. If I followed the rules on this one, it would have been about a $200 getting out. If I followed the rules on this one, at least I would have stopped with about $50 in profit. So multiple times before it faded on me. That's just totally my fault. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad. The strategy isn't failing. That was me failing the strategy. Me not getting out. And then of course, got a screenshot of the actual what I was looking at to enter after seeing that head and shoulders that I showed y'all from the pre-market. It basically was saying, "Hey everybody, I'm going down," but it was a trap. So I was like, I want to play this reversal. That's what the whole thing was, but I missed the move. And then here are my notes for everything. Reasons for the trade thesis, why I missed it, what things that I did not do in pre-market and in the first 30 minutes that I should have already done. I did not calculate where my stop should have been. I always should have that on standby. Be like, okay, I know that my stop should be 18 cents away. I know my stop should be 30 cents away. I know my stop should be whatever away. And I can basically not have to do any calculations while I'm in the trade. I just know, boom, 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 and just keep moving it. After I missed my setup, I actually took the trade where there was no pattern. It was just out of a halt. I don't even have any data. I don't even do halt trading. But on this one, I jumped in, and so no data on it. Just kind of swinging for the fences. Um, the next thing was, even though I broke the first couple of rules, it still went up. It was still bullish in my favor, and I still just was like, I'm already swinging for the fences. Let's just keep swinging, right? And that mentality got me punched in the mouth, and definitely took a little chunk out of off of me, right? But yeah, this is basically just our chat. I was talking with Donnell. The first thing I said after that trade, I said that was a horrible trade. I don't know what. I broke everything. I pretty much took my system and just threw it out of the window and was like, hopefully, but that feeling of not having anything pretty much put me back on day one of trading, basically. And so day one of trading is nothing but an emotional roller coaster. You see the numbers moving and everything, and you're just watching a movie that you should be participating in, right? You should be the main leading role in there, but the market is the main leading role. But yeah, that was that trade. So I was like, oh, that's pretty bad. But you know, I looked at, if I had followed my rules, I was like, it would have been a green trade. So I'm not gonna kill myself because of that. But it would have been much greener if I took that trade at $6 with that 1,000 shares, got the rip up to 7. That would have been an easy around a grand win and be out. You know. But yeah, Donnell. in a Discord. I was like, yo, I told Donnell right here at the end of our conversation, I was like, yo, I'm just going. I'm go climb to the top of a mountain, and I'm gonna go, go meditate for a little bit. And so we have good discussions in our Discord. I'm trading the right stocks. I just have to let the system play for me. I have the setups. I have the data. I just have to let the system play for me. That's it. But yeah, I'm not. It's no. It's just it was a me problem on that trade, not the system. So all right, let's jump back over here to MULN. That was MULN, Rudy. Yeah, I was going over MULN. My bad. But yeah, I traded that yesterday into the profit 3 times. Didn't take profit. Just profit, profit, profit. Didn't take profit. But yeah, that was that trade. Pally ended up breaking down at 825, only up 30% now. If y'all see anything that is lower price, y'all can definitely throw it in and we can review that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much how my week's going, or how the last day of the month could have been green, could have been nice, but nah. Either way it goes, I did not wipe out all of my profits on the year. I pretty much just gave back the last a big chunk of the last month in that one trade, and I was like, oh man, that should not be happening, especially when one of my rules is get to break even as fast as possible. That would have saved me a lot, even on slippage. I'm okay with a $70 slip. But Pally going on down, forming a nice little candle here. This was his first day popping up. Did not have super strong news. And so our top gainers above $5 are PALI and TGTX. Both of them are not really getting a whole lot of volume in here fed to them. But we'll look. Lori called out CTMX. CTMX. Okay. So that one, that looks better than these other two. And then let me see. Was I in MULN yesterday's pre-market before the halt? No, no, no. After the halt. No, no, no. After the halt. Yeah, but you were already in MULN. You were in way before me. I was just looking for a scalp, which I got and should have took for $300, but I was stupid. CTMX is up 100%, so that definitely would have showed up on my scan after the open. We have about 30 seconds. Let me pull this over to the side and actually pull it up on the other thing real quick. Let's see what kind of press release it has. CMTX. We got about 14 seconds left. And our press release is looking like, come on now. Come on, internet. 1 second left. So it's opening now. ATRs have calculated out there. We'll look. What is going on? Does it not have press releases? Okay, news. It's got news. Not seeing any press releases. It's blank. See? Blankety blank blank. Nothing. But it's got news, which says Treasury Department reveals details of long-term securities auctions. I don't like doing news. I want to see what the company is actually releasing, but I don't see anything for that. Maybe it's something on one of these other sites. Let's go to CMTX. CMTX. Go CMTX. What in the world? It's not on Yahoo? Let me put it in here. CMT. Oh, okay. There's something. Is this it? Claremix? This is April 22nd was something there. It doesn't even show up. Okay, let's go to Market Watch. CMTX. Maybe it's over here. Okay, Comtext News Network. There we go. Doesn't have a float out there. $5.30. CMTX. I'm not. Oh my gosh, CTMX. Okay, CTMX. All right, so it does have a shelf registration, but that's from 2023. Let's jump back over here. I was like, why is this not showing up? CTMX. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay. Press releases. Let's see what kind of action this thing is getting. Oh, okay, there it is. An hour ago, Therapeutics report first quarter 2024 results to provide initial CX901 phase 1 clinical data update on May 8th. So they should be, so May 8th, that's next Wednesday is when they'll be releasing that data. And then the last time they had news was on April 8th. So looks like every 8th they're trying to put out something. Um, but yeah, that's an upcoming event for them. We'll see. Jumping out here, it is testing the ATR low. One of the things that I have seen on day one Catalyst, I really am wary of them when they come and just immediately crack down ATR low because it kind of puts them into a sell-off mode. Especially, I just like to see them kind of grind a little bit. Even if they grind a little bit and then drop, I know that there's some kind of interest up here possibly. But we'll see on that one. Poly has this ATR. Actually, let's look at the higher time frames. We're looking at the lower time frames. Let's look out here on the daily. So this is what Poly's ATR high is set at $9, almost even 907. ATR low is at the 683s that it is not close to just yet. I'll go ahead and mark these up on the daily here. Where's my price level? Okay, so we got ATR high here on the day, ATR low here. Now put daily ATR high. Oh, forgot to change that color. Daily ATR high. We'll throw a nice little green color out there. And then, oh my goodness. Okay, here's this one. Daily ATR low. Low. Throw a little red out there. And we'll see how that does. So we got our two levels out there. 683 and 907 is where we're at. 907. Okay, let's jump back over. So looking over here on the main, we can see this is where the ATR low is, this is where the ATR high is, and which way it's actually favoring based on the lower time frames ATR's calculations. So right now, this candle hasn't closed, but it is looking like it's favoring this ATR low. CTMX also doing a little bit of the same move, favoring that ATR low on the 15-minute. Let's jump over on the daily ATR. The ATR high is at the 348, ATR low is at the 302. That kind of that whole dollar level. So we'll throw a little price line out here for ATR low on that. And a lot of times you'll see bounces around these levels, and it's a whole dollar level. So let's go ATR low. Oops, ATR low. Daily. We'll put a little green on that one. Oh my gosh, that was a low. Not green. We'll put a little red on that one. Then ATR high up here. Daily ATR high. And that'll be a little bit of green. Okay, so now we got our daily, and that should cross over on all the time frames. All right, so let's jump back over here to the. So this is the daily ATR that it is testing right now. I don't like to see failure of that one. There was a little bit of a bounce there off of that daily ATR low level. So we'll see how that holds up. MULN, I'll go ahead and take off. It's not doing much. Not gonna reach what we wanted to reach anyway. So the two that we're watching hard is CTMX and Poly, but CTMX seems to be getting the majority of the volume here. If we look at the relative volume on this one, relative volume on CTMX is 26 times its normal, and the relative standard deviation is almost 7 deviations away from the norm. Poly, on the other hand, only has 3 times the norm, and relative standard deviation isn't even 1 time out. So, and it's a lower float, but it's just not getting the love that we would normally see. Look out here. Let's see what else can we see out here. CVS is down 18%. CVS now reliable. You remember we were talking about CVS? We're talking about CVS. When was that? We're talking about CVS at some point. Looking at the higher time frame, you're like, yeah, CVS would be a much better buy. If I bought CVS when we were talking about it, yeah, that would have been a $30 loss. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to avoid. This right here on the monthly. This is the monthly chart now. Look at this gap. 670, 67, all the way down to 55. Nah, bruh. Nah, I'm not with that. Nah. Um, but let's continue to look at the charts here. ABC, that I think that's a cannabis. If I'm not mistaken, it's down 16%. CGC is a cannabis as well. All of the cannabis is going down right now. So CGC, Starbucks is down 15%. I believe that's SBUX is Starbucks. I believe, yes, it is. And so we're seeing much bigger movers down right now than up. Okay, but yeah, CVS coming down to $50. Yeah, I Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, but yeah, I just rather get a nice discount price. CVS at $50. Yeah, I think it can come even lower, to be honest. But let's look at Starbucks and these other ones. So that was CVS, CGC on the daily. Isn't horrible. I mean, it's just been getting beat down for a while, but just it had 2 days that it had moved up and now it's moving back down on the monthly. ACB is doing kind of like the same thing, just trading within the previous explosion candle or previous ignition candle. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah. And then Starbucks getting a nice big fall off as well from around 90 all the way down here to $74. I don't know if y'all are interested in any of that, or you know you're a Starbucks drinker or whatnot, but Starbucks does pay a dividend, and CVS does pay a dividend as well. I don't know what their quarterly dividends is, but yeah, they are ones that can pay you to wait, and they're coming on down. Let's go ahead and zoom up though. What else we got? Do we have any other notable stocks that are making bigger moves? Okay, not really. All right, let's jump back over to Poly and CTMX. CTMX did break down. Whoops, did break down this ATR daily low here, but this candle has not closed. Now, if this candle closes above $3, then it's like, okay, this daily ATR is finding some buyers here. But if it continues to play down around here, it could be just a little fader on the day. Poly, it actually held. It's tested both sides here, and poly is going towards its high here. ATR break is at the on the 15-minute 8:43, but the ATR high is all the way up here at the 9:07. So we could be seeing a possible break incoming, but this candle has not closed yet. This is the 15-minute though. Coming up here to the ATR testing again. So we'll see what happens on that one. If it can get a push out of there or not. It's up 40%, almost 40%, but it's still now looking better than CTMX. And it's looking the best on the day right now, even though it has super low volume, which is kind of bad. Only not even 5 million shares traded on Poly yet. CTMX is coming back up to that $3 level, testing, trying to get back over, but just not able to get the pull there. This candle has not closed. Let me read some of these chats. Let me see. So Donnell said poly entry is 792. Nice. Okay, let's so he got in at 792. Oh, poly doing that ATR break there. Getting over that 862 in this first 15-minute candle. Popping up there. Will it break 912s? Will it go all the way and test this? I mean, not 912, 875, and go and test up there to that 9. This is the daily ATR high here. And let's see what kind of reaction it gets at that daily ATR high if it gets up there. This candle will be closing in 3 minutes. Oh, what is this? Pins. Pins. Why are you up? What did you do earnings or something? I don't even know. I don't even want to look at it. I'm gonna stay over here on Poly right now. That looks questionable. Okay, Poly is going up there. Looks like it's trying to get and hold that 875 level. Ooh, somebody hit it a little bit, but was not able to take it back under that ATR high. So at this point, it's above the ATR. I'm thinking bullish. So, you know. Question is, can it pop to these 9s? I think it can, to be honest. It's only 20 cents. If it can hold up. '80s. Can we see the '90s? What are the market makers are not giving us 90 up here though. They're not even giving us 80. There's 82, 80, 84. They're not even just keeping it in the 80s though. Up. There's 89. Very weak push outs though. When it does try to go, it kind of ramps back first and then goes a little bit higher. So a little bit grindy even on the 15-minute. Almost to that ATR high here. I'm pretty sure on the break of this, maybe it'll get a little bit more action, but because people this is an easy calculation. People kind of like that. So let's see what kind of action. Did not get a full touch yet though. Probably low float all over the place for sure. Okay, so it closed this candle. This is the new 15-minute candle. Can it go ahead and break, get a nice test of ATR, or is it going to dump? Okay, value level closed back in there really quickly and then pop back up on that buy. So you saw that those arrows come back down and then pop back up. So we'll see. There was a little bit of a dip into what is the point of control right now of 853. And we're looking for it to go ahead, but it does look like a grinder, even on the 15 minutes. So I know on the 1 minute, it's giving them a headache. Because if it's like this on the 15, I know for a fact there's some heart palpitations down there happening. But it is still above the 15-minute ATR. And until it breaks that down, I'm still thinking bullish. There's a little push. There's a little bit more push. Small breakouts and then yanks back. Okay. Almost touched the ATR 907. The high on that candle was 903. Almost touched that daily ATR. Bam. Okay, got the touch. Let's see what happens here. Are they going to get aggressive here off of this ATR touch? Needs to break 907 with a little bit of gusto though. If it's going to do it. Ooh. Okay. It's not over yet. Hasn't slammed yet. Okay. That was not pretty. All right, so got the ATR test and did get some shorts entry right there. The ones that actually calculate ATR and use ATR are definitely probably in a good position. This would be their stop. If it goes back over this 907, they'll be out. So looking for it to crash down now under the 847, which would be the 15-minute ATR, the last one that I kind of watched. So they'll be entering back into this consolidation level. There it goes. There it goes. Almost got it. This candle's got a little bit of time though. We know that candles can lie as long as they have movement time. CTMX never did get back over that 3. Looks like it's still headed down. If it continues to break down, it's definitely not going to be looking good. But yeah, Pally is the number one stock right now that I'm seeing. So now it's proven that there's some buyers still at this ATR level. If they get cracked down, this could be a very big cascade movement back into this level. But if they can hold up, this could be a very, very big movement or squeeze over the 9s. So it's kind of 50-50 up here. But looking at the pattern, so we had a nice little consolidation here, a drop, and then a engulfing candle. This green candle engulfed the previous candle. And actually kind of had shaved bottom. So it's almost a tweezer move. So that's why I was thinking it's going to be a little bit more bullish than it has shown. But so far, it hasn't come into play yet. If it can continue to hold up here, maybe it can, but just does not. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a drop back into ATR. There's still a little bit of a wall there that doesn't want to go down. Are they going to get clapped out, though, is the question. Are they going to get clapped out? This is a day one move, too, so this is not what you want to see on the day one, is you getting clapped and not being able to go higher, and it's clapping down. Yeah, so it's came all the way back to the control point of 823. This little red level here that you see, that's the point of control. And it's got to close this candle above the ATR high, but I don't know how possible that is with this much movement downwards. Looking more and more bearish. Let's go back over to CTMX. Came back up and tested the ATR low here of the 302, and it's looking real bearish. I don't really know what that one wants to do. See, yesterday on my trade, it was above the ATR, having slowing down above the ATR low, and it tapped it and it wouldn't go through it. And that's why I was thinking, okay, this may be a reversal coming. But this one is below, and the ATR is acting as some sort of resistance instead. So I don't like when they do that. Okay, let's go leg. What is leg? It is diving to the floor. Leggett and Platt is down 40%. Oh my goodness, it fell. It just popped up there as a look at this thing. So back here on the monthly chart, this was a previous level that it was traded at 992, and it has fallen quite a bit on leg. Closed yesterday is $18 and big dump down. I don't even know what kind of company this is on Leggett. Let's go look. EG. That was hard to spell. All right, so leg must have had some kind of odd earnings reports. Did they cut? They probably cut their dividend, and they got splashed on. It says announces second quarter dividend of 5 cents. Okay, so what's the dividend history here? Did they cut their dividend? So not really. Let's see. 1998. They've been doing this dividend for quite a while. I don't know if this is a yearly. Let's see. Nope, looks like a quarterly. 46 cents paid out. It looks like they paid this year. They're gonna be paying out again. It has a annual dividend per share of $1.84. That might actually show up on my scans. Actually, dropping like that, dropping into my little range. But let me see what kind of company this is. Down 30 something percent. Let's go look at the profile. So on the profile, where is it? Does it not have a profile? Come on, internet. Okay. Profile, Legit and Platt Incorporated designs, manufactures, and sells engineered components and products in the United States, Europe, China, Canada, Mexico, and internationally. It operates through three segments: bedding products, specialized products and furniture, flooring, and textile products. The company offers steel rods, drawn wires, specialty foam chemicals and additives, inner springs, specialty foam used in bedding and furniture, private label finished mattresses, a whole lot of bed stuff. Let's keep going down. E-commerce, lumbar support, seat suspension, motors, actuators, cables, titanium, nickel, stainless steel tubing. Okay, so they got a lot going on in the beds and in the cars. So let's see. In addition, the company offers steel mechanisms and motion hardware, springs and seat suspensions. Okay, so they offer a lot. This thing is based out of this thing is based out of Carthage, Missouri. Has been trading since 1883. I am interested. I just need to see that thing slow down because after a gap like that, down 40%, I want to make sure that it can recover and they're not actually in a lawsuit or something because that's crazy. I'm not looking to jump into that anytime soon, but I'll be watching it. Oh my gosh, CTMX. Look at you, you dirty, dirty dog. Look at CTMX. Came down here, didn't even close the candle, came all the way back up to the ATR high, tapping 350 right now. Dirty, dirty dog. Oof. Okay, so that is kind of what I got caught in yesterday on MULN. It exploded like this, and I actually got in on FOMO up here. And the entry should have been lower, but for this one with the ATR of 24 cents, it has already moved a full ATR. I don't know how many ATRs it's moved since the bottom of this is what 281, and then the top was three. It almost moved to 350. How many times did it cover its ATR right there? Two or actually 350 minus 281. Oh my gosh, that's wrong. $3.50 minus 281 is 69 cents. So how many times does 24 go into that divided by 24? Did I just 60? Okay, 69 divided by 24. Almost three times its ATR. So that is kind of what it looked like when I got caught in mine yesterday, except mine had a little bit better catalyst behind it. But it's already extended based on that ATR. Yes, it could continue to grind up and all that, but looking at the move that it just made, it gave its move on the day. That was quite a bit of a move. Still up 107. We'll see what happens when this one closes. I got about 5 minutes left on the stream. This one is $3.40. Looking back at Poly, it looks like it's halted down. So that's not what you want to see on a day one. A failure of ATR high and a halt down. No, wait. A failure of ATR, the daily ATR became resistance and pumped it all the way back down to a almost engulfing candle into a halt down. So Poly is dead. But CTMX is looking like it's going to remain the winner on the day. Wish it was a little bit higher priced, but you know, it's 48 times the relative volume. ATR is 24, relative volume is 7 times the norm, and it is moving. I don't even know if I checked the float on this one or not. But yeah, this is how I got caught up the other day. Let me see. Float of CMTX. CTMX. Why do I keep doing it? I don't know why I want to put the M first. All right. Statistics. Cytone Therapeutics. The float is 53.83 million in the float. A little bit higher float. CTMX breaking out of that ATR high. So it's destroyed its ATR. I mean, it's absolutely clapped it up. The ATR is actually expanding now because of this. So it was at 24 going up to 26 now. And we'll see how expanded it gets. Up to 27. Almost up to $4. So now on the higher time frame, we can see the daily ATR that we had out here is at the 350. Big move out, almost 30 to 40 cents above that level. And now we'll see our do the shorts want to come in on the monthly chart. We can see kind of how it looks as well here. Coming up to this level, breaking out, little breakout of here. And are they going to force it back down, or does it want to continue to push here? And this is on the weekly chart. This is my daily chart. So, but definitely above all ATRs at this point. All calculated ATRs from the first couple of minutes. Donnell says CTMX floats too large. Yeah, it's definitely on a little larger side, especially for the price that it's at. Poly opened up as well. Still not really looking that bullish, especially behind CTMX. But CTMX was a good lookout. You know, Lori caught that one early. She was like, "Yo, this is up 100%. This is up 100%. It may give a little bit of move." But yeah, it's definitely did. Now, as far as patterns go, you probably would have had to play a pattern on a lower time frame because this pattern is just crazy. This on the 15-minute, and it still looks like it wants to push up a little bit. Can we see a 91 up there? Because it keeps playing with it. Anyway, review my trade for the day. We saw the things that are moving. I'm going to put leg on my was it leg? I put on my watch just to keep an eye on it. It did pop up just a little bit. It was at $11. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, new candle opened up here. First 30 minutes are out of the way. If this thing stays above the ATR high, you know, it could still be bullish, and it has the best look on the day. ATR has now grown to 27 cents. Usually I look for ATRs around like 30 to 40 cents so I can move my stop every 10 cents instead of being in between. Because with 27 cents, I think you move your stop every 8 cents or something like that so you don't get trapped. But yeah, but with this one, the way that it shot up and got this whole ATR, your stop out, you would have captured your ATR, the full ATR like down here at $3. So up here, you just would have been, you would have just been in profit. But now it's coming back down, throwing a little bit down, and I gotta go and get to this morning meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We just want to find the most obvious stocks. Sometimes the ones that are the most obvious are the cheaper ones on the day, and sometimes you just gotta let them play. If it's their day, let them have it. Um, CTMX is definitely that type of stock on this Wednesday hump day. We did have some other ones falling down like CVS and Leg and Starbucks that we were looking kind of reviewing. But other than that, the top ones um, really were not doing the most like we thought they would. So um, and Poly is continuing to break down as well. That ATR low. But anyway, that is enough. I gotta get going. Appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. I'll be back on Friday. I'll see what happens tomorrow, but I really kind of botched this week with that big loser. Um, had to go back, and I still need to go back and do some more data analysis on that, and just see what I could have done better on that. I took a lot of notes and things like that, but sometimes when I review the notes and I go back and look at where my mind was on the day, and even in the Discord, that's why it's good for us to have a Discord. I can go back and be like, yo, what was that? What was going on at this time? But anyway, still overall pretty good. Pretty good sessions overall. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. If you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.